Hitler, Ascent, 2013, by Volker Ullrich, offers a fresh perspective on Adolf Hitler, drawing from previously undiscovered documents and recent scholarly research. Ullrich goes beyond the public image to delve into Hitler's personal life, tracing his youth, struggles in Vienna, experiences during World War I, and his emergence as a leader of the far-right party. The biography highlights Hitler's intelligence, political acumen, and oratory skills, while also exposing his insecurities, megalomania, and the reprehensible worldview that would make him infamous. Ullrich begins by exploring Hitler's early years in a section aptly titled Hitler as a Human Being. Born in 1889 in an Austrian inn on Easter Monday, Hitler faced rejection when he applied to Vienna's Fine Arts Academy in 1907 at the age of 18. His father had already passed away when Hitler was young, and later, his mother Clara succumbed to cancer at the age of 47. Hitler cherished his mother's portrait, keeping it over his bed for the rest of his life. Interestingly, in 1938, he would grant unique Gestapo protection to Clara's former Jewish doctor. Ullrich suggests that Hitler's second major setback, the rejection from the art school in 1908, likely fueled his animosity toward academia. For the next 9 months, he found himself homeless in Vienna, surviving on small inheritances and orphan pensions. Eventually, Hitler resided in a men's hostel for over 3 years, supporting himself by selling hand-painted postcards. Ullrich highlights Vienna's influence on Hitler's affinity for grandiose architecture, exemplified by structures like Ringstrasse, and his appreciation for kitsch art such as that of Böcklin, as well as the works of Wagner and the Nibelungen. Additionally, Vienna introduced Hitler to pan-Germanic politics through the charismatic city mayor Karl Lueger. However, Ullrich asserts that there is limited evidence suggesting that Hitler's anti-Semitic sentiments began to take shape during his time in Vienna. Through meticulous research and analysis, Ullrich paints a comprehensive portrait of Hitler, exploring the formative experiences and influences that shaped his trajectory. By examining Hitler's personal journey, Ullrich sheds new light on the complexities and motivations behind one of history's most notorious figures. By 1913, Hitler received a small inheritance that enabled him to move to Munich. It was there that he encountered anti-Semitic groups who played a significant role in shaping his festering hostility into the destructive creed that would later define the movement he founded. At 25 years old, Hitler found himself adrift, lacking education, training, job experience, and a support network of friends or family. Enlisting in August 1914, he stood out as an atypical soldier, abstaining from vices like smoking, drinking, and pursuing women. Serving as a dispatch runner on the Western Front, Hitler had his first taste of public speaking as an anti-Bolshevik instructor for returning soldiers. This experience confirmed his ability as a compelling orator, utilizing a tonally varied and hypnotic voice that stirred a poisonous blend of hope and hatred, captivating a despairing Germany during the post-war years. Hitler's mesmerizing voice, combined with tireless deceit, contributed to the ominous spell he cast, before ultimately seizing control. World War I played a crucial role in shaping Hitler's character. Volunteering for the Bavarian army, he experienced intense combat on the front line in 1914 and survived 4 years as a courier between the trenches and regimental headquarters. The war provided him with a sense of structure, camaraderie, and a higher purpose. While many veterans viewed the war as a tragic and senseless loss of life that should never be repeated, Hitler saw it differently. To him, the tragedy lay solely in Germany's defeat, and he believed in refighting the war as soon as possible to secure victory. What distinguishes Ullrich's biography from others on Hitler is his refusal to perceive the man as invulnerable, exposing the vulnerabilities that lay within him. Ullrich's meticulous examination of Hitler's early years, his experiences during World War I, and his transformation into a charismatic leader offers a unique perspective. Rather than portraying Hitler as an unstoppable force, Ullrich delves into the complexities and flaws of the man behind the dictator, helping us to understand the dreadful influence he wielded before ultimately ascending to power. For example, Ullrich highlights a significant event in 1931 when Hitler's young niece, Geli Raubal, tragically took her own life in his Munich flat. Geli held a unique place in Hitler's heart, as he considered her the only woman he had ever truly loved. While Hitler was often characterized as a narcissistic egomaniac prone to self-dramatization, Ullrich emphasizes his political astuteness, his ability to assess the strengths and weaknesses of others, analyze situations expertly, and manipulate them to his advantage. Operating within a web of relentless deceit, Hitler utilized a machinery of bodiless mendacity. This included propaganda techniques that made use of the latest technologies like radio, gramophone records, and film to disseminate his message to the masses. His deception was so profound that a former finance minister admitted being unable to distinguish truth from lies. Editors described one edition of Mein Kampf as a swamp of lies, distortions, innuendos, half-truths, and some real facts. Ullrich argues that Hitler's rise to power was not an inevitable outcome. At several junctures, his ascent could have been thwarted. However, he capitalized on a convergence of crises, exploiting economic troubles, rampant unemployment, the erosion of a political center, and growing resentment towards the ruling elites. Additionally, his ascent was facilitated by domestic adversaries who underestimated his ruthlessness, and foreign statesmen who believed they could control his aggressive tendencies. Furthermore, Ullrich asserts that Hitler only required 5 months to consolidate absolute power after assuming the position of chancellor. The Nazi Party exerted grassroots pressure, and the Reich government executed pseudo-legal measures to bring the other German states in line. Some Germans joined the Nazi ranks in the hope of advancing their careers or out of fear of speaking out. The independent press was silenced, and books deemed un-German were burned as part of the regime's oppressive actions. In summary, Ullrich's biography exposes the personal complexities of Hitler, shedding light on his relationships and political acumen. It underscores the extent of his deception and manipulation, aided by advancements in propaganda techniques. Hitler's rise to power, according to Ullrich, was not predetermined, but resulted from a combination of opportune circumstances, miscalculations by adversaries, and the complicity of foreign leaders. The swift consolidation of absolute power involved the suppression of dissent and the imposition of Nazi ideology through various means of control. Ullrich's conclusion is that by March 1933, Hitler had unequivocally signaled his intention to dismantle the foundational principles of the separation of powers and the rule of law within his government. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.